Anthropic, the company behind Claude. You can't buy it even if you want to, it's private. So the trilogy's verdict isn't should I buy, but do you believe this challenger's relay? On the S-curve, Anthropic is already near the de facto standard for the coding door. Claude has emerged as a developer standard, and countless dev tools run on top of it. But look at that one door alone and it's still loss-making. A frontier model's compute and training costs run ahead of revenue. So the real picture is a relay, coding to agent workflows to an enterprise AI standard. The roughly $350 billion valuation now being floated already prices in that transition. The bear dashboard. We turn EP2's 3 risks into signals you can watch. 1. A coding leadership reversal, whether Gemini or GPT repeatedly beat Claude on coding benchmarks and real usage, and whether that hardens into a trend. 2. The gateway moving to consumers, whether Ask an AI equals ChatGPT sets in and Claude gets pushed into a back-end part. 3. Fuel and Google, whether losses widen while Google, one of its largest investors, competes head-on with Gemini and TPU supply turns sour. But it's private, with no quarterly filings, so the signals arrive late and incomplete. On the other side, the bull dashboard. 1. Frontier coding speed. When rivals catch up to last year's coding, is Anthropic already widening the gap with next-gen autonomous coding? What gets commoditized is always yesterday's model. 2. Workflow lock-in. As tools and pipelines wired through Claude Code and MCP, the model context protocol, pile up, does switching become a hassle even when a higher-scoring model appears? 3. The neutral Switzerland. Do Google, Microsoft, Apple, and countless SaaS firms comfortably adopt Anthropic, a non-competitor, as their back-end brain? See these 3, and the relay's baton is passing. Signal's signature question: what does this have to do with my life? If OpenAI was the face you call by name, Anthropic is the back-end brain you use without knowing its name. If you're a developer, you use Claude Code directly. If not, many of the apps, support bots, and workflow automations you rely on quietly run on Claude. So the key question isn't do I use this myself, but will the tools I depend on every day keep choosing Claude? That's the first data point for whether the door becomes a standard. Still, using it daily doesn't make it a good investment, and even with conviction, you can't buy this stock. The trilogy's final verdict. Should I buy Anthropic doesn't even hold, it's private. So the right questions are 3. 1. Do you believe the relay in which the coding door passes through agents and enterprise to become a standard and stand on its own, in the black? 2. With what signals will you test that belief? The bear and bull dashboards are your instruments. 3. How will you get exposure to this unbuyable challenger through a shadow ladder, Amazon as its largest investor and bedrock distributor, Google as an investor yet a double-edged competitor, and the compute supply chain? If OpenAI is the face, Anthropic is the door. If the gateway goes to consumers, the face pulls ahead. If it stays with work and development, the door does. That closes the Anthropic trilogy. What's left in your hands now isn't a stock pick but tools, 3 scales, 2 signal dashboards, and a shadow ladder for an unbuyable challenger. Read them yourself in the next model launch, benchmark, DevTool adoption, or big contract news. If the door becomes a standard and the challenger stands on its own, that's bullish. If the baton drops, bearish. One honest question: can our team leave Claude? Your answer is your conviction on the standard, the first step to whether you believe Anthropic's valuation. Tap the cards on screen for the next one.